Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope everyone's doing fine. Today I wanted to talk about how a lot of Muslims are falling for marketing. Some of you will know what that is, and some of you might not know exactly what it is. If you know, then you know. But I've noticed that there's a game, being played on practicing Muslims. Now, Muslims that don't practice and are into dunya and stuff like that, they listen to music even though it's haram. And you know they will listen to any music that the average people are listening to about zina, crime, you know, the usual like stuff. Yeah. Now, but you'll find that there's a bunch of practicing Muslims that generally don't listen to music because it's haram, and it was mentioned alongside zina and alcohol. But somehow, like these practicing Muslims, and obviously it's not all practicing Muslims, but somehow these practicing Muslims get hoodwinked by something called marketing, and they end up not only just listening to haram music, but promoting it. And normally these Muslims, practicing Muslims, don't listen to any music. They don't promote any music because they know it's haram and it's a major sin. So what makes a practicing Muslim who doesn't normally listen to any type of music, yeah, especially music about zina, you know clubbing, you know gang um, gang issues, um, drugs and all this. What makes a practicing Muslim that never doesn't listen to music generally start to promote and listen to and memorize and repeat on social media like TikTok, Instagram, these songs with about nastiness, yeah, and when they don't normally do it. Well, there's something called marketing, yeah, marketing, and unfortunately, Muslims are being bamboozled, hoodwinked, and and being used by rappers. So how does it work? Okay, rap artists, like we know that all these rappers and music is from Shaitan, yeah. But obviously Shaitan uses humans to get at Muslims, you know? So the whole thing is this. Rappers have something called have marketers. What a marketer's job is basically to get people, yeah, to consume their artist's product, yeah, as much as possible from all different cultures. The maximum, basically, marketer's job is basically to make the most amount of people, yeah, consume the product, buy the product, whichever artist they're working for. So all these people like 6ix9ine, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Drake, they all have marketers, yeah, and marketers, you know, they study different cultures and think how can I get white people to buy my artist's music? How can I get black people? How can I get people from this culture and that culture and so forth? Yeah, they study. The people go to university and learn how to do this, you know? And so basically, marketers, they know Muslims, yeah, generally Muslims are conservative people. They know there's the Muslims that just follow the crowd and society. You'll see them on TikTok and Instagram and they just follow the crowd. They got Muslim name. But anything the non-Muslims do, they follow. You know what I'm saying? They could come from a two-parent family, their dad works hard, their mother just prays, wear hijab and love them and look after them. But there's a brother, singing songs about doing drive-bys and shopping, like lots of drugs and having wild shootouts and all this stuff. And he come from a decent household. You will have a sister, who's singing about I don't know, relationships and all this kind of stuff, and different having relationships with lots of different boys and doing this and doing that. But really, she's a virgin. She never had a boyfriend and this, that, the other. But she's just following what every other girl is saying. Yeah. So they're not bothered about them people. Those people, they got them already. They listen to mainstream music and they follow like sheep. But they also know that Muslims, practicing Muslims, they make up, like Muslims themselves make up like a 2 billion of the world's population. That's a big, you know, that's a big percentage of people on earth. And they also know, yeah, especially Muslim mothers and so forth, that Muslims generally have families, and in that family they generally have like 3 to 4 kids, depending and so forth. But Muslims, they get married, they have families and so forth, and generally it's like 2.4 children, husband, wife, and couple kids. So they know that, and they know that people are converting to Islam. So they know that Muslims is a big percentage of the population on earth. They know that the Muslim population is one of the youngest population from, and so forth. And they also know that Muslims are growing through their families and are growing through people converting. Because these people study, a marketer's job is to study. They go to university, it's a science, they study, you know, it's all to do with psychology and how do you get people to buy products. We think when we walk into a shopping market or we work into a shopping mall or this, that, things are just placed at certain things for, you know, like we don't realize that there's a science that goes behind. When you walk in, certain things are on the left hand side, certain things are right hand side, certain music is played. Yeah, certain things are put while you're queuing up, yeah, to pay for your shopping and this, that, and the other, to catch your eyes and this, that, and the other, and so forth. Like it's a science, and these people have been studying the psychology, yeah, and the human body, yeah, brain, and so forth, for years. Look, not years. What am I talking about? For thousands of years, hundreds of years, they've been studying the human psyche. Yeah. So what happens is they know that Muslims are conservative, and unlike every see, unlike every spirituality, religion, way of life, and this, that, and that, but they know really, to be honest, you've got non-Muslims, yeah, and their culture and Muslim culture. They know generally the rest of people, even Christianity, they know they follow Christians. They claim to be Christian, but Christianity is not really a way of life. You go to church on Sunday, that's it. But during your week, your life is just like a secular person, an atheist person. You go clubbing, you go raving, you have girlfriends. Like there's no ibadah, there's no worship, there's no lifestyle to Christianity really. You couldn't tell the difference between a Christian woman, on a high street and a non-Muslim woman, an atheist woman. They dress the same. There's no difference really at all, you know. So the whole thing is that the way the women dress when they go to church is the same way they dress when they go raving. And the same way they go to a funeral is the same way like when they go clubbing. It's like, but they know a Muslim woman who practice, you can tell she stands out. Practice a Muslim woman, there's no way you can there's no way you can mistake a Muslim practicing Muslim woman for an atheist woman. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is this, they know that Muslims are a big population of society, yeah, and Muslims are conservative. So it's like, how do we get practicing Muslims, not the Muslims that are just Muslim by name and following 6ix9ine, Cardi B, and all these people already. We got them already. They don't have much principles. They're like a leaf in the wind. Yeah, a rapper does this one day, they do it. A female rapper does one thing, the next day they do it. They're just following that sheep, but they've got a Muslim name. Yeah. But we're not concerned about it. We got them already. How do we get practicing Muslims, yeah, who don't listen to music because their prophet said it's a haram and a major sin? How do we get them to consume music? And they don't, and they're not into, they're conservative. They don't, they think it's immoral to talk about sex openly, to use women as sexual objects, to tell men to sleep around and have kids everywhere, from zina and this, that, and the other, so forth, or just to sleep around. And if you get a girl pregnant, to just leave her and stuff like that. They against this, everything my artist raps about, their religion is against kids just shooting people left, right, and centre over different areas, blocks and council estates. So how do we get these practicing Muslims to consume our products? We're not going to just give up. And they found a way. And I noticed this on TikTok, on Instagram. I noticed how they got Muslims, practicing brothers who don't generally listen to music at all. They got them, a lot of them, except for people who truly follow the Quran and Sunnah and the way of the Salaf, and just like, no, I don't listen to music, and no trick or no marketing is gonna get me, and it's not gonna get me. How do you avoid marketing? You follow the Quran and the Sunnah and the way of the Salaf, yeah. And you don't, and by sticking to what they want, you don't get bamboozled and hoodwinked and so forth. So how did they do it? It was strange, practicing brothers with beards, brothers in faux, sisters in hijab, sisters in jilbab. They got, they got. I saw them get done by one rapper. Then they got done by the next rapper. Then they got done by the next rapper, and like, I'm telling you, brothers with beard and Islamic appearance and this, that, and the other, and so forth, yeah, who don't normally sing music, were singing these, were memorizing. Some of them were memorizing all of the song. Some of them were memorizing part of the song. They learned the dance moves for it. They actually sat down and memorized these like three different rappers' songs, yeah, word for word. And TikTok went crazy, Instagram went crazy, and so forth. So how did they do it? This is how they've done it. They knew they couldn't just go to Muslims and say, please, I want you to promote our songs. We want you Muslims and stuff to do haram. Yeah, so please rap about memorize these lyrics about zina, about being in gangs, about uh, sexual positions. You know what I'm saying? And women, talk about your body parts and all this stuff. So how did they do it? This is how they done it. They knew they couldn't just blatantly go up to Muslims and ask them to talk about this stuff because they're conservative. So what did they do? They flipped the script. They got this famous rapper because they got these famous rappers, 6ix9ine, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. They knew they couldn't get them to talk about zina and gangs and this stuff. So what they did, they took something here because they know that Muslims can get starstruck. Some Muslims can get starstruck. They got those rappers, yeah, to talk about something from Islam, yeah, or something from Arab culture, yeah, that Muslims, yeah, who have low self-esteem, they might practice and they might have beard, they might have phobe, they might have this, that, and the other, but they have such low self-esteem, yeah, in their deen, meaning that they practice and they believe in Islam, Allah and His messenger, just that, and the other. But the thing is that they still have this kind of thing about non-Muslim rappers and celebs and all this kind of stuff, yeah, that they get starstruck. So what they did is that they get 6ix9ine, Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj, and Drake, one after each other, to mention something from Islam or something from thingy, and the Muslims lost their mind. Nicki Minaj, I think she said "Mashallah" in one of her tunes. Muslims went crazy. Then, I can't remember what order it was then, a few months later, someone said inshallah, yeah, they went Muslims went crazy. They memorized these songs about zina. The whole song, all of these songs are nothing but zina, gangs, and sexual positions. But what happens? What happens? I think Nicki Minaj was the first one to do it. She said, mashallah or something. I don't even know what the stuff is about. It's some little thing that she talks about mashallah, yeah, this, that, the other. Then Cardi B said something, I don't know what it was. And then, Drake came along and he must have said some phrase in Arabic and said Yusuf and Hamza. The Muslims practicing brothers, beds, yeah, sisters in hijab and this, that, and the other, rapping these songs. Sometimes they rap the sentence about, where is it, just saying inshallah or mashallah, or, when Drake said Yusuf and Hamza and this, that, or sometimes they rap in the whole song, talking about body parts, talking about sexual position, talking about, drugs. And it's, because it's like, a famous person, look, if we were really following the Quran, the Sunnah, and the Salaf, yeah, we wouldn't give two monkeys if 6ix9ine, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj mentioned our deen. Look, let's just say, I'm not saying these people were thinking about becoming Muslim, but let's just say a famous person became Muslim, yeah? That's a blessing to them, not to us. If I don't know, Messi or I don't know what's the biggest actor, if they become Muslim, yeah, it's not a blessing to us. It's a blessing to them. Yeah. And then also the dangerous thing is that a famous person can become Muslim, not understand Tawheed, people don't give them correct support system and teach them Tawheed and how to pray, and they can leave the deen. Like all these people, celebs, yeah, celebs, singers, this, that, and the other, if they become Muslim, alhamdulillah, it's a blessing for them, it's not a blessing for us. Yeah. But the thing is this, yeah, and we have it with a bit with Khabib as well. He's famous and Mo Salah. Like, oh, he's famous. He does sujood. But come on, prophets. We have a lot. Obviously, we have the angels. We have the prophets. We have the companions, the tabi'in, and the rest of the self. Yeah, these are our role models. These are the people we raise high. Yeah. Look what happened, like, unfortunately, with Mo Salah. Mo Salah, mashallah, he does sujood every time he scores, he does all this kind of stuff. Then one day he decides like his hijabi wife is with him at games and this, that, and the other, supporting him, supporting him, supporting him, supporting him, supporting him. Then one day, man's doing GQ, like video, with his shirt open, man showing off his this, that, and the other. His hijabi wife was there, all the way supporting him when he was nothing until he's famous and this, that, and the other. Then he's doing a thing, arm round go and GQ and this, that, and the other. Aura exposed, this, that, and the other, next to half naked woman, this, that, and the other. I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying that it's awful. It's awful for raising them up like this, yeah. And then when they do something messed up, they, we like Muslims, iman goes down and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, you should have never raised a sports star or a singer or a celeb to be that level your thing and so forth. Same thing with QBBA, maybe beating this person, even though it's haram and this, that, and the other. Dawah channels and stuff always like, yeah, mashallah, this, that, and the other and so forth. What he does is haram. Oh, brother. Listen, it's not about whether a person has good manners or is humble or this, that, and the other. What the person does is haram. You can't beat people up for money. I don't care how many subscribers I lose or whatever, this, that, and the other. You can't bust people up for money. You can't. With your aura showing half naked, with naked girls walking around with ring cards in their brown knickers and this, alhamdulillah. Listen, I'm not talking. We're not. The question is not whether Khabib has good manners and he's humble or not. The question is that what he does is haram, yeah. And having good manners is the normal thing for a Muslim. Treating your parents respectfully is a normal thing as a Muslim. And these are normal things for us as a Muslim. Yeah, we don't raise sports stars and celebs and entertainment people up to this level. Yeah, no matter how much sujood or alhamdulillah they say, because when Because when one, we shouldn't be starstruck by Muslims anyway. We shouldn't be starstruck by either Catholic celebs, yeah, singers, or and we should be starstruck by Muslim celebs as well. How many people in man is gonna go down? You know, if Mo Salah, misses a penalty in the World Cup. I'm not even into football and stuff, but if Mo Salah loses a penalty, makes dua, does sujood this stuff before he does a penalty to win the World Cup or something, and he misses, how many Muslims a man is gonna go down because he made dua, this, that, and the other, and so forth, and some kafir team. Like the point that I'm just trying to say is that the whole reason, the whole reason, the whole point I'm trying to say is the reason why these practicing brothers and sisters, yeah, got marketed to, yeah, is because this star struck thing. How does a brother with a big burden in phobia or a sister with hijab, yeah, who don't normally listen to music, don't sing music, know it's haram, know it's a major sin, know it was mentioned alongside alcohol and zina. Why are they memorizing 6ix9ine lyrics, Drake's lyrics, yeah, Cardi B's lyrics, when they don't normally listen to music? Why? Because Cardi B's marketer, 6ix9ine's marketer, yeah, Drake's marketer they knew that most people, yeah, are starstruck. And if we mention something from their culture, we know that, because I'm telling you, you see these marketers, they sat down and studied Islam because this is their profession. Man went to university to do this as a job. They had the set in their mind. We are going to get everyone all over the earth to consume my artist music. Whichever artist I'm working for, I'm going to make sure. I don't care if they're in Africa, I don't care if they're in Arabia, I don't care if they're in Europe, I don't care if they're in America. I am going to, yeah, get these people to consume my market's music, my artist's music, because that's my job. And by any means necessary. I don't care if you're religious. Yeah, you can say you're religious, you pray 5 times a day. I'm going to find some way, yeah, to get you people, yeah, to, what is it thingy? Same thing, same thing they did with hijab. Same thing they do with hijab. They know Muslim women, yeah, they know that Muslim women and so forth have a higher shyness, yeah, and they won't do certain sports in public with a mixed crowd. They know that because they know that they're brought up with Haya, and they read about Aisha and the female companions and the rest of the Salaf and so forth. They know that as a Muslim woman, you wear hijab as a form of Tawheed. It represents Tawheed and modesty and worship. And I'm not like other women. I don't do one night stands. I don't have boyfriends. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't club. So what do they do with marketing? What do these sports do with marketing? You know what they do with marketing? Okay, here's a nice headscarf and this, that, and the other, and so forth, yeah? With a Nike tick on it, yeah? And a bodysuit. You're empowered. So they turn now, listen. Look, I'll give you this Nike headscarf thing, and you're gonna be so shocked because it's got the little Nike tick and it's fashionable, this, that, but there's a bodysuit that comes with it, yeah? And now you can be a empowered Muslim woman, practicing Muslim woman, yeah? I don't know, doing deadlifts and squatting in front of men in a bodysuit, or cricketing, not cricketing, or fencing. Yeah, you've got a scarf on, this, that, and so forth, but you're wearing a skin tight suit and you're fencing in public. You're empowered Muslim woman. When a Muslim woman or like Kanye West has got this sister now, walking up and down a catwalk, you can never, because what is they just turn, they just give you something of Islam, so they give you a headscarf with a night tick or a Gucci thing or whatever it is, and whatever you wouldn't do before, yeah, they catch you this. You get a headscarf, you get a headscarf, yeah, like Islam to everyone. You get a headscarf, yeah, with a night tick on it, and you get a bodysuit that goes with it, yeah, and you think you're wearing hijab, and everyone can see your stuff in public. Your yours like so many sisters you see on Instagram and TikTok in the gym with a headscarf and a bodysuit, tight bodysuit showing everything, yeah, bum, this, that, the other, so forth, squatting down, everyone saying martial art. Martial art to what? Martial art, everyone can see your bum in a gym, this, that, and the other. The thing is this year, all this stuff because they just market, they just change it from they're just like okay, you're a practicing Muslim, you make up a big population of the earth. We need you to buy our products. Okay, Muslim women don't generally go to the gym and work out in front of men. Yeah, Muslim women don't normally walk down the catwalks. Muslim women don't really go swimming in public because they don't want to show their all and this, that, and the other. Cool, cool, cool. We'll give you a proper headscarf so your hair will be covered. We'll give you a tick and we'll give you a bodysuit to go with it, and you could be an empowered Muslim woman. And we get a lot of liberals to praise you, yeah, and liberal Muslims to praise you, and you'll think you're doing mashallah. Squatting in a public gym in front of like bare man, then cool, you've made it. But the point I'm trying to say is that with all these situations, and this is a whole different subject, which I'm going to do the video one, the basically the taking away of sisters' hayat through this empowerment stuff, swapping, using empowerment as a way to get Muslim women to do things they would never do. Aisha would never do. I don't care what you say. I don't care how many friends. I don't care how many likes you got on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, this, that, and the other. Aisha would never squat in a gym, yeah, with men around her. Wallahi. Aisha would never walk down a catwalk, yeah, with music blaring and men staring at her modeling clothes. I don't care if they're models or not. Yeah. Aisha would never do fencing, like in a skin tight suit, yeah, in front of a crowd, yeah, mixed with men. Never. So you could say it's empowerment of this, that you just been marketed to. You have been marketed to. And that's what I'm saying. 6ix9ine, he knew it. He said, Inshallah, or MashaAllah, and so forth. Drake, I couldn't believe it. Drake must have mentioned a phrase in Arabic, yeah, and he said, Yusuf and Hamza, grown men, they lost their mind. Brothers, big beds, fold, they lost their mind. Their Quran, they have a Quran that they pass every day that talks about Yusuf. You saw Yusuf. It talks so much about Yusuf and his brothers and this, that, and the other. So a whole chapter that talks about his story in detail, about how they took him and was gonna throw him down the well. They were jealous of him, how he became the king. This, that, and the other. When Drake said Yusuf in his Arabic accent, brothers, I don't know, they lost their mind. I was like grown men with families and kids and this, that, and the other, or brothers who work and or who have studied and so forth. They lost their mind that Drake said Yusuf and Hamza. Started doing videos of it. Brothers that don't even listen to music and this, that, and so forth. Sisters went crazy as well. I don't know, man. The Quran is in our houses. We pass it. It mentions Yusuf Hamza. We never had that kind of reaction. They never, when the Imam was reciting it in Ramadan, yeah, no one had the reaction that Drake was. It was crazy. Yeah. So the whole thing is the whole point of this is that just don't get starstruck. Just please don't get starstruck, man. Like the Drake, 6ix9ine, Nicki Minaj. Do you think it's a coincidence? Yeah, that Nicki Minaj said this, inshallah. Yeah. Then a little while after, yeah, Cardi B said mashallah or something. Yeah. And then after 6ix9ine said whatever he said. Do you think it's a coincidence? that this is happening. One did it, and then Drake did it. About four of them have did it. Of the biggest rappers, yeah, they did it. And what happens is that they say these Islamic terms, yeah, and then what happens is that Muslims on TikTok and Instagram, when the song come, when that they memorize this thing and they for free Muslims promote this like crazy. I'm telling you, they memorize these quotes. I'm not lying. You have tens, maybe even hundreds of Muslims on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, who whenever any of these rappers do this, inshallah, mashallah stuff, they memorize it. Yeah, and what is it? And push it out on TikTok. What does that do? And I'm talking about brothers with beard, brothers in phobes, sisters in hijab. Yeah, and these songs just because they got mashallah and inshallah. The rest of the song is just zina. My body this, my I have sex with this, I have sex with that. I shoot this, I shoot that. That's and Muslims, like practicing Muslims, are promoting this, like making these videos, singing that part over and over again, singing other parts of the song. And what is this doing? Free promotion, free promotion, free promotion, free promotion. Until now, at the stage that even the songs now, even those brothers and sisters that don't even normally listen to music and stuff, there are other songs that don't have inshallah, mashallah, all this kind of stuff in it. They're repeating them and they're memorizing them lyrics too. They're fans now. So the whole thing is just don't be marketed to, man. Just don't be a pawn. Don't be a pawn. Don't be a pawn. If you're following the Quran, the Sunnah, the companions and the rest of the Salaf, Tick 6 9 said, "MashaAllah." So what? So what? He's a singer. So what? So what? So what if he says "MashaAllah" 1,000 times? So what if he wears a phobe? So what? So what if he makes sujood? So what? Okay, even if he takes shahada, alhamdulillah, is good. Alhamdulillah, is good. And don't use this stuff. The Prophet was. You always got these TikTok and Instagram smart. I don't want to say this. Smart, like, like Muslims that try and be smart. But the Prophet but the Prophet was happy when Omar became Muslim, when Abu Bakr became Muslim. This to be honest, how many of these like celebs come into Islam the way and practice like Omar and like Omar and Abu Bakr did? And I'm talking in general. It can be the brothers' faults and this, but the whole point is that the Prophet saw something in them that when they came to the Deen, he knew that they're gonna be, I'm not saying the Prophet knew the unseen, I'm not saying, but I'm saying don't try and compare this singer, this rapper, and this, that, the other to Omar, and this, that, the other, and so forth. Because when Omar came into this Deen, he got knowledge, he got what, and he gave up what was haram that he was doing. He gave up what was haram, what he was doing. You understand? And when he was in Deen, he became famous for his knowledge and for his servitude and for following the Sunnah. So the whole thing is that don't let these people use you, bro. Or sis. Don't let them. Don't let them. You know. If you got a bed of the Prophet, if you're wearing phobe, and this person says Inshallah or Mashallah, this that and the other, and you take the time to start listening to his music, yeah, and then memorizing that sentence. You actually go into his music and memorize that sentence. and and everything around it is zina and this that. Even if it's not about zina, even if the song is not about zina and this that and the other, the fact that you decided to listen to something that you know is haram, yeah, because some rapper or some singer said mashallah, just shows that that these celebs, that you're in awe of these celebs. I don't care if any of these rappers or singers or thingies, I will say Alhamdulillah a million times. So what? I'm gonna memorize your song. I'm gonna memorize your song of misguidance. No, anyway, I don't wanna go on too much. if you don't got anything to say, I'm gonna read through your comments, and if there's any questions, let me know, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Sheikh one. Too many hijabi barbies on TikTok. You know what? The sad thing is, yeah, is TikTok. TikTok is really changing. It's really sad, man. It's really changing. It's really changing the Oma in that TikTok is a place that people are proud of their sins, man. TikTok's got to be the worst social media app because people are just proud of their sins. The people are proud this to make videos about sins. The people in the comments are proud to praise them and say mashallah for doing haram. Like, it's just, do you know what's sad is that TikTok just is a big chunk of it. It's practicing brothers and practices sisters just talking about sex, their bodies, and also gang stuff openly, saying saying the F word in full with beard and in hijab, talking about sexual positions. Well, it's sad, man. It's upsetting. It's upsetting. It's sad, man. It's brothers and sisters. It's sisters and brothers, both. It's terrible, bro. It's sad that people just do not give a damn. People will say the word B word, the F word, the S word with the Islamic appearance, yeah, with the bed of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions with the hijab of Aisha and stuff, and they would just talk like dirty, and no one cares, no one cares, no one cares, man. Abu Nas wa alaikum salam rahmatullah. Let's unite upon the haq wa alaikum salam rahmatullah. Abdullah, isn't punching your face not allowed? Yeah, it's not allowed, bro. It's simple, it's not allowed. I've done this in another video, bro. But, you know, I don't always feel like I'm going at Khabib and all this stuff, but everyone knows, Aki. It's not just a punching in the face. It's not just about you. Yeah, one, you can't bust people up for money. Yeah. Two, you're half naked. Three, the person you're wrestling with, sometimes it's like they've got sprayed on boxer shorts, bruv. They're always exposed. Man, sometimes man's got sprayed on boxer shorts and man's wrestling with him. You're naked, he's naked. Not only that, the ring girls that come in their bra knickers and this, that, and the other. Listen, what brothers need to say, just be honest with yourself. People have different fitness. Men's fitness is violence. Men like watching fights and, you know, like boxing and MMA. If you're gonna watch it and do haram, yeah, then just say to yourself, listen, yeah, this stuff is haram. I shouldn't watch it. I know it's wrong, yeah, but it's a fitna for me. Inshallah, one day I'll give it up. And you know, I like Kibi because he mashes people up, you know, and you know he busts people up and this, that, and the other, and so forth. Don't say it's because like that's the thing. Because I'll be honest with you. If it was a sister, yeah, yeah, wearing the UFC or Bellator or uniform, yeah, with you know, with her aura exposed and that, she could do a million, no, whatever Kibi does in Alhamdulillahs and Sujood and this, that, ever, let it be a sister who's doing that, yeah, with her aura exposed and this, that, and the other, yeah. She can say 100 times more alhamdulillahs and do 100 more times sujood than Khabib, yeah, no one would support her. In fact, she would get smashed. She would get dissed on social media. She would get ripped like she got no hair. This, she would get ripped. She would get ripped. The reason why people like Khabib is not because of his alhamdulillah and inshallah and all that kind of stuff. It's because he brooks people up. That's it. Just be honest. You're a brother. You like to watch violence. Khabib happens to be a Muslim and he smashes people up. That's it. And look, if you want to say he's such a good, he's the question is not whether he has good manners or not. That's not the question. The question is why are we promoting somebody that you shouldn't be promoting someone that does haram. you shouldn't be promoting something right. If I work in a bank, yeah, if I work in a bank, if I'm a bank manager, yeah, and I sell riba, yeah, riba mortgages, and I have good manners, and I'm nice to my parents, and I'm humble, and this, that, and the other, and so forth, it doesn't make what I'm doing halal, and I should be promoted. If I'm someone, if I do security in a nightclub, and I'm polite to people, have good manners, even if I don't drink and smoke at the back, oh, I do security in a nightclub or what is it, or a strip club or this, that, and the other. What? Because I have good manners, that makes it okay. I should be promoted. Come on, guys. Look, the reality of the situation as well. Yeah, I'm only answering saying this because I'm answering your question. Yeah, is Abdullah, yeah, is and Ali, where's it? Ali Raza, yeah. When Khabib, they asked Khabib if he wanted to fight in Dubai, is it? Is that where that place is? The Fight Island thing? Okay. He had a choice to say yes or no. He went there. When he went there, that's a Muslim country. Okay, we're saying let's just say he's got good manners. I'm not denying he's got good manners, but that's not the question. The question is not whether Khabib has good manners or not. Generally, as Muslim, we should be polite to people. We should be respectful of parents. This is basics. But let's just say, okay, he's got good manners. Did he have good manners? Yeah, when they asked him, does he want to fight in Dubai, a Muslim country? So he's going to a Muslim country now. He's gonna fight. When he goes there, he's gonna be fighting. He's already exposed. The man he's fighting is always gonna be exposed. Yeah. Not only that, there's ring girls there. Now there's ring girls in a Muslim country. Now what? There's ring girls in a Muslim country now. Yeah. And they're gonna be walking around. They're gonna be walking around. People, young Muslim boys that watch Khabib are gonna see them. Young Muslim girls are gonna see it. See a young Muslim girl says, "I want to be a ring girl when I grow up," because these girls look so glamorous. Okay, when they're putting all the adverts on Muslim TV and this, that, and the other, and so forth to advertise this thing, and they're showing Khabib with no aura, which brother's gonna sit down with their wife, yeah, with their wife, and watch Khabib fight? Since he's just a good role model and he's always, and he's got good manners, are you gonna sit down with your wife while Khabib got no top on, and you're gonna be what you and your wife are gonna sit down and watch him roll around, and what I'm saying, two men roll around naked and stuff like that? And you're gonna watch with your wife and stuff when the ring girls come in and stuff. Listen, I don't care what all these other big YouTubers how they big him up and this, that, and the other. I'm just being straight. I don't care. I'm not gonna have a lot of subscribers. You're not gonna. It's very rare. It's very few brothers that speak the huck and they're gonna have a lot of subscribers. But what's the point of having a lot of subscribers if you can't speak the huck and you just talk about rainbows and daffodils and blue skies and you can't speak the truth? Then you're hostage to your subscribers. I don't care, it's the truth, man. Anyway, but yeah. Notifications of YouTube are lame, I didn't get it. Sorry, super packs late, man. Yeah, please mention me your number on Instagram. No problem, yeah, I'll reply to you. Uh, Ibrahim Brazil, well, alaikum salam. Yeah, cool. So that's it, guys. If there's no more statements or questions or stuff, the whole point of this wasn't even about Khabib and stuff. It's just because it was a question. Yeah. The point is, I'm trying to say is just, brothers and sisters, please don't lose it. Don't lose it. Alhamdulillah, if you don't listen to music generally, and alhamdulillah, you didn't lose it when 6 ix or Nicki Minaj or Drake said this what is it, inshallah or mashallah, and you didn't make an exception for this because these markets knew you're not going to normally memorize these songs because you're conservative practicing Sunni Muslim. You're not gonna listen to this kind of stuff because it's not part of your culture. You're practicing Muslim. You're in a different world to this. But if I get the way I can drag you into the mud and get you to promote, no, I got 6ix9ine and you're practicing Muslim. You're two different worlds. He talks about like sleeping with girls, like crime and what is it, shooting people and girls' body parts. like, yo, practice the Muslim, pray five times a day, don't, really watch movies and music and this, that, and the other, so forth. You're in two different worlds. How can I get, but I work for 6ix9ine. How can I get you to sing his lyrics? I can't come to you just straight, yeah. And obviously behind these rappers and these marketers is shade on. So I can't get you to sing about Zina and rapping and girls' bodies and all this kind of stuff and that. But you know what I can do? The real test if you're following the Quran and Sunnah Salaf is if this guy mentions something from your deen, yeah, but you're following the Quran and Sunnah Salaf, you're gonna see this guy that he's a rapper. So what? So what if he says inshallah a million times? I don't care if you wear the biggest turban in the world, bruv. I don't care if you're the whitest person phobe in the world. Like, but he says, Inshallah, I'll lose it. He says, MashaAllah, I'll lose it. Nicki Minaj says, I don't know, some Islamic term, lose it, and start memorizing the music. So let's not fall for the cheese and the trap. Inshallah. Okay, guys, I think that's it. There's nothing more to say. Jazakallah khairan. And guys, please, the Khabib thing and this, that, and the other, I've mentioned that. I did a whole video called Brothers Double Standards when it comes to Khabib. You can see it's a few podcasts ago. I'm not talking, I'm only talking, I did an original video on this. But people keep on asking me, asking me about it. That's why I'm talking about it. Yeah. And yeah. So let's say there are other questions. I'm going to call it a day. I love you for a second. Thank you, Abdullah. May the one you love me for love you. That's the dua you're supposed to reply. And I love you for the sake of Allah. I don't know if we've met or anything, but thank you for the support. Guys. Like I said, you see these videos, yeah. YouTube's funny. Basically, if you don't like the videos, people don't see it. If you don't, you can't. If you subscribe to someone, that's not enough. If you just subscribe to people, nothing happens because you must be subscribed to quite a few people. So a lot of people don't even go to their subscription list. They just go on YouTube and look through the main page and so forth. So the thing is, if you don't like the video, it doesn't turn up in the main page. If you're subscribed but you don't tick you don't tick the top bell. Now what you have to do, if you're already subscribed, you might not see the bell. So what you have to do, unsubscribe, subscribe again, 3 bells will come up. The only one that's worth it is the top one. That means whenever I do something, a video, I'll post to my story or something, then you'll get inshallah you'll get a notification. But just subscribing to someone, you're most probably subscribed to at least to quite a lot of people already, so you're not going to see the video. Secondly, most people don't go to their subscription list, they just go on YouTube. So I don't know, YouTube is a multi-billion company, but I feel they think because they're the main channel that they don't have to really improve their stuff because everyone's here anyway. So apart from Twitch, which I heard is growing and stuff, so they just don't really care. You can subscribe, but you don't gonna know unless someone's got a video up, unless they're really big YouTuber already, and you'll see their videos and stuff like that. But generally, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like the video if you do. If it was of any benefit, subscribe and touch the top bell and share it. If you think it was whack, what I said, it was rubbish and stupid and doesn't make any sense, and you don't get it and you don't feel it and you don't agree with it and you don't understand, then don't share it. But if you think it makes sense, then share it, because that's the only way the other people will get to see it and so forth, yeah. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna start doing some more podcasts and stuff. The reason why I ain't done that much lately is because normally I do them after work, and sometimes I'm too tired to do them, and I don't like talking about topics when I'm busted. Like all my video, the time when I've got no interruptions and stuff is after work and so forth. So that's why I'm doing them now at this late time, because I don't have any interruptions and so forth. But sometimes I'm tired and stuff, and I don't want to make the video when I'm tired and stuff. But hey, you can't wait for the perfect time, so I'm doing this video now because I know if I don't make it now, it's not going to get made. Anyway, so thank you for listening and so forth. If you don't want to support, then the link's down below. And thank you. Like I said, if you feel the video, share it with people. If you don't, then don't share it. But if you think it helps, then share it. Cool, thanks, guys. And the thing is, the reason why I want a big audience, yeah, well, is not for the sake of a big audience. The reason why I want a big audience to speak to, and why I'm trying to slowly, if you see the lighting's being sorted out, the picture's a bit better, it's not dark like it was before. Slowly, I'm getting more equipment. I'm gonna try and make it like a proper studio and stuff like that. The reason why I want to speak to a big audience is not just to just have big followers and not speak about anything, is because there's a lot of Muslim vloggers and there's a lot of big Muslim personalities out there, who some even like Dawah channels and stuff. And what happens is that some of the stuff that's not put out isn't correct. Yeah. And what is that it's very rare. It's very rare that you get people, yeah, the liberal Muslims, yeah, the liberal Muslims or the big types like ISIS and stuff like this. It's that these people they have they, they put out misinformation about Islam. You get what I'm saying? Everyone saw the whole thing about Yasser Qadi and for example, the thing with Yasser Qadi and the Quran and stuff like that. Like, like that thing should have been like that thing should have been shot down the day he said it. He messed it up. He messed up and stuff like that. But people like a lot of people when they got big YouTube channels and stuff, they're afraid to say stuff. Like because that if if you talk about certain personalities or rock the boat, like then everyone what is it stops working with you. But alhamdulillah, I don't care if people work with me or not. It's not a problem. There's no point. But the whole thing is, you just want to, when some things are said wrong or certain things, wrong ideas are put out there, you want to be able to, when they're put it out there and reach the same amount of people to combat the nonsense that's out there. So, you know, but I'm doing my part. I'm trying to make the thing more presentable on the filming sides and the lighting sides and the quality and stuff of all this stuff. Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to build it up and stuff. So if you lot can share it, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan anyway. You know. Um. Okay. Yeah, bro. Hope to hear from you. Was cool. Inshallah, it will work, man. It's gonna be better than not putting a notification bell because if if it only works sometimes, well, if you don't hit it at all, it's not gonna work at all. Just be subscribed to anyone anymore means nothing. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening at this late hour and so forth. May Allah bless you in this life and bless you in the next. Anything good is from Allah, and anything bad is from myself and Shaitan. May Allah make it easy for you to say on the Surah Al-Mustaqeen, inshallah. Love you for Allah's sake. And I'm out. Peace. Walaikum salam rahmatullah. Abdullah, may Allah bless you to super packs. Dan. Super packs there. I hope that's understand. I hope you're not Pakistani and that's short for figgy because I'm not allowed to say that word, bro. That's not. You know, I know certain Asian brothers use that amongst themselves, but it's not for me to say that word. So